Dear viewers, today we are going to discuss the concept of identity thinking. Identity thinking refers to the tendency of individuals to define themselves and others on the basis of categories such as race, gender, religion, or nationality. It is a concept that has gained increasing attention in social psychology and cultural studies over the past few decades. Identity thinking is rooted in the way our brains process information, as we naturally categorize and label things in order to make sense of the world around us. In a groundbreaking work, Whistling While Die, renowned social psychologist Claudius Steele writes about the negative consequences of identity thinking, particularly as it relates to stereotypes and prejudice. The writer argues that when individuals are defined by a particular identity category, such as their race or gender, they are often subject to negative stereotypes that can affect their self esteem and performance. Steele writes identity contingencies shape the lives of stigmatized individuals. These contingencies are the ways in which a person's social identity, such as gender, race, religion, age, or occupation, affects the opportunities and challenges he or she encounters in life. They are the price individuals pay, in a sense, for occupying a particular social category. Another scholar, Kwame Anthony Appiah, has also written extensively about identity thinking. In his books, The Ethics of Identity, he argues that while identity is important, it is also important to recognize that identity categories are not fixed and can be fluid. He writes, identity can matter and it can be fundamental without being essential, and it can be one of the things that makes life worth living without being the only thing. Appiah also highlights the importance of recognizing the diversity within identity categories, noting that there is often more variation within a group than between groups. He writes, groups of people that we think of as having a shared identity, blacks, women, gays, are often diverse. The differences among them are often as great as the differences between them and other groups. Identity thinking can also play a role in social and political movements. Activists often use identity categories to mobilize and organize groups around a shared cause. However, some scholars have argued that too much emphasis on identity can lead to division and exclusion. Political philosopher Martha Nussbaum writes, the danger with identity politics, as well as all separatism, is that it can encourage a narrow, inward looking view of the world that ignores the commonalities and interdependence of all human beings. In conclusion, identity thinking is a complex concept that has important implications for individuals, societies, and political movements. While identity is an important part of who we are, it is also important to recognize the diversity within identity categories and to avoid the negative consequences of stereotypes and prejudice. As philosopher Charles Taylor writes, we have to learn to live with difference in a way that doesn't presuppose superiority of one over the other. Thank you very much.